Since the dawn of time, anthropomorphism has been a vital component of human psychology. We began using anthropomorphism to connect with our surroundings and grow more empathy for the world around us. But what is anthropomorphism? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, anthropomorphism is the showing or treating of animals, gods, and objects as if they're human in appearance, character, or behaviour. In this video, I will discuss anthropomorphism in film and animation and the different reasons why it's used. Going back to the golden age of animation with one of the most famous anthropomorphic characters in history, Mickey Mouse. Created by Walt Disney as part of his ever-growing set of characters and stories, he would soon become one of the most recognisable and popular cartoon icons in history. With Mickey's riveting success and Disney's other work, the company would quickly thrive off of anthropomorphism. As technology advanced and different mediums became available, their stories expanded to the 3D world. In the early days of 3D animation, companies such as Pixar would make animations heavily featuring anthropomorphic characters and rarely had a human protagonist. Between 1995 and 2016, only 3 out of 17 films featured a human protagonist, while between 2017 and 2021, they created 4. So what caused this decline? During the rise of 3D animation, the technology was still brand new and had a long way to go. With the technology, it no doubt gave them a lot of limitations, especially when trying to create human characters.
Let's go home and play.
Due to this, the creation of anthropomorphic characters came in handy. Creating characters like toys, bugs, or monsters meant that they could stylize and adapt them to their technology. Fast forward to current times, technology has become incredibly advanced. Their growth in technology means that the creation of human characters is a lot easier. However, even so, anthropomorphism is still extensively used, so why is this? As humans, we all have a similar experience in life, with many experiences in between that definitely aren't experienced solo. Given this, we can relate to many human-based stories. However, anthropomorphic characters broaden the horizons with a whole new realm of experiences and stories to convey. For example, with the well-known Toy Story movies, we follow the perspective of a toy and go along with their experiences of playtime, children growing up, and then being donated. Without anthropomorphic characters, this storyline would be impossible to create without being incredibly dull and lackluster. However, with anthropomorphic features such as speech and movement, we can see the toys face their own challenges and expand their story greatly without using the humans. In the Pixar and Disney film WALL-E, the creators told a dark story and reality about climate change and looking after the planet, along with the consumerism and our reliance with the technology. The film shows the derelict Earth after the human race ruined the planet with their trash and lifestyle, following a small robot called WALL-E, short for Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth Class, while he cleans the Earth from its trash, being able to show the perspective and story through the character of WALL-E. We can experience the reality of the world they left behind and what could be reality if we don't change our ways. Without WALL-E, the film and its storyline would not be as effective. We would not be able to see the full impact of humans and the full empathy of what could be. This brings me to my next point of the use of WALL-E's anthropomorphic features help us gain a bond and sense of empathy. Seeing him alone and surrounded by other robots that no longer function makes us feel bad for him, paired with his little quirks and hobbies. Due to his lovable characteristics, it's only natural that the audience grow a connection and attachment to him. If this were a human character, the audience could be a lot less likely to grow the connection to a character. This can be seen a lot in children's media such as TV shows and books. The heavy use of animals and objects as characters aligns greatly with children's imaginations and creates a relatable character. Bringing these elements together makes it a perfect choice for children, and as a result, they grow a love towards the characters. When watching films such as WALL-E, Inside Out, or even Ratatouille, we often look over deep story and references. This is more often due to the anthropomorphic characters. You can tell many darker stories with a lighter tone when creating storylines with anthropomorphic characters. Putting real-world struggles and problems into a fictional world decreases the intensity and makes it much more manageable for the mind. This means educating people, especially young children, about serious issues is a lot easier. An example of this can be seen in Inside Out, a movie where a set of anthropomorphic emotions can be seen trying to navigate their human life as they face change. When watching the film, you may not fully realise the story it is trying to share about how dealing with strong emotions is complicated, but it is completely normal and to not let it scare you. This is such an important lesson for people as it's such a widespread issue, especially among younger people. Another example of a darker story is in Ratatouille. Whilst the film's narrative focuses on following your dreams and breaking the norm, There is definitely a lot of darkness that would not pass if it was not due to the anthropomorphic characters. During the film, Remy's father takes him to a store where there are dead rats hanging in the window. The store, which focuses on pest control, was shown by Remy's dad to show that Remy could not achieve his dream of being a chef due to the nature of humans.
This is the way things are. You can't change nature.
Change is nature, Dad. The part that we can influence.
Without the use of anthropomorphic characters, this scene would have been impossible to create without making the film 18+. Despite the discouraging actions of his father, Remy goes on to become a head chef, solidifying the main story that anyone can cook, but only the fearless can be great. Finally, the use of anthropomorphics can bring a strong comedic value to a story, whether that's through a pairing that is known to have conflicts such as Tom and Jerry, or they may not act like how they are expected to, such as Rex. This is used heavily in the Toy Story films, especially with characters of Mr. Potato Head and Rex. Mr. Potato Head is a recognisable character, with many children having their own version of the toy. His many pieces to match different occasions were used to Pixar's advantage, making it a reoccurring gag throughout the films. Rex is also an excellent example due to his soft and worried nature. This contrasts significantly with what is expected of him, being brave and scary due to how T-Rexes are often portrayed. Another great example a scene in Monsters University, he dreamed of being a scarer after sneaking onto the scare floor on a school trip. In the original Monsters Inc., we follow him as he works and assists Sully in being a top scarer. However, due to his unscary and soft nature, he works behind the scenes because he's not scary enough. The whole movie ingrains in the audience the importance of scaring children as it's their power source. However, as we reach the end of the movie, we learn that laughter is a more substantial power source. As a result, we see a scene of a child's bedroom expecting a large monster to scare the child. However, the audience is surprised when Mike performs a stand-up comedy routine.
Hey, this thing on? Hello, testing. Huh? Hey, thanks a lot. I'll be here all week. Remember to tip your waitresses.
Generating a tremendous amount of power with Sully being his assistant and him finally reaching his goal. In the film Bug's Life, we are introduced to a group of bugs who work in P.T. Flea's circus. One character that stands out is Heimlich, a giant food-motivated caterpillar that longs to become a butterfly.
Today, I will be a beautiful butterfly, and then everything will be better.
Now, humans often see butterflies as beautiful, majestic creatures with enormous wings. However, towards the end, as the group leaves Flick's island, we are surprised as Heimlich can be seen coming out of his cocoon.
I'm finished! Finally, I'm a beautiful butterfly! My wings!
As he emerges, he looks like his regular large self until he squeezes out a tiny pair of wings and tries to fly off. Due to the use of anthropomorphism, the audience builds up excitement and attachment to Heimlich, so when they see him in his butterfly form, they are surprised and comedically entertained. During the different points I have raised during this video, it helps to show the importance and special features anthropomorphism can bring to storytelling and film. It's something that makes storytelling so much more enchanting and can often bring a story to life. It brings so many new opportunities to film and a never-ending number of stories and worlds that an audience can indulge themselves in. It brings so many new opportunities to film and adds a never-ending number of stories and worlds that an audience can indulge and explore. Anthropomorphism makes the unbelievable believable.